This is Africa you didn't know. People ask a painful question. If Africa was advanced, why did colonization happen? Why didn't we stop it? The answer is not weakness, it's history. And history has turning points that can break even the strongest civilizations. Let's break it down, piece by piece. 1. The first great disruption, the transatlantic slave trade. For 4 centuries, Africa experienced the largest forced migration in human history. Over 12 million men, women, and children were taken. But it wasn't just the number, it was who was taken. Farmers, blacksmiths, engineers, sailors, scholars, young warriors, future leaders. Entire societies were drained of their productive core. Economies collapsed. Kingdoms destabilized. Internal conflicts increased. States that were once organized and structured became fractured under pressure. No civilization, not Europe, not Asia, could lose that much human capital and remain the same. 2. The second disruption. Europe's technological jump between 1760 and 1850. Europe industrialized, Africa did not. Not because Africans were incapable, but because the continent was already weakened, invaded, and economically drained. Then came the weapon that changed history. The Maxim Gun one line of poetry summarized the imbalance. Whatever happens, we have got the Maxim Gun, and they have not. Machine guns, steel warships, telegraphs, industrial supply chains. These were 400 years of uninterrupted development. Africa faced an enemy with steam engines, while Africa was still recovering from centuries of forced depopulation. 3. The third factor. Divide and conquer. Africa was not one country. It was a continent of kingdoms, empires, and city-states. Just like Europe, and Europe exploited every rivalry. Guns to one kingdom, promises to another, treaties written in languages people couldn't read, border lines drawn with rulers in London. No empire on earth survived such coordinated pressure. 4. The fourth interruption. Mental colonization. This one didn't come with guns. It came with ideas. It taught Africans to trust foreign voices more than their own, to doubt their ancestors, to mock their languages, to see their cultures as inferior, to believe advancement is something that only arrives from outside. A people can recover from war, but recovering from mental colonization requires awakening, and that awakening starts with knowledge. 5. The final truth. Africa didn't go wrong. Africa was interrupted. What happened wasn't destiny. It wasn't lack of intelligence. It wasn't failure. It was a series of global shocks that hit one region harder than any other. Africa wasn't a passive land waiting to be saved. It was a continent with iron smelters older than Rome, universities older than Oxford, doctors performing surgery while Europe was in its dark ages. The blueprint didn't disappear. It was disrupted. And here's the part they want you to forget. The interruption is not the end. The knowledge is in the artifacts, in the bones, in our languages, in our structures, in our cities, in our memory. Africa is not behind. Africa is rebuilding after the single greatest interruption in world history. And when a people rebuild with awareness, the world changes. A message to the viewer. If you're watching this, speak to another African. Tell them to question everything. Tell them to think for themselves. Tell them to ask what role they can play, no matter how small, in restoring our lost trajectory. One spark wakes another, and another, and another. As the proverb says, when the roots remain, the tree can grow again. The roots are still here. This is the Dossier, one truth a day until the record is corrected. Follow the Dossier, spread it to one person, and tell them to spread it to another.